The benefits of paid parental leave are well established. So why does the United States continue to be the only wealthy nation that doesn't guarantee a paid leave to all new parents? The transition to parenthood is a critical juncture that shapes adults' physical and mental health, including sleep changes, weight gain, hormonal shifts, and mood disorder risk. Paid leave can help parents briefly shift their focus from earning income to bonding with their child and adapting to the demands of parenting. Plenty of research shows that mothers fare better when they have paid time off after giving birth, including a 51% decrease in the risk of rehospitalization. After Norway replaced its 12-week unpaid leave policy with 16 weeks of paid leave, many facets of new mothers' health improved, including blood pressure, pain levels, and exercise and smoking behaviors.
McHugh. 2. The first one in 1978 and the second one in 1982. There wasn't any. It did not exist. It wasn't even spoken of. You were either rich, or you had lots of vacation time, or you had to take the time off with no pay. It was tough, a lot of times, because from the time my kids were 7 and 4, I was a single mom. So when their dad lived nearby, it wasn't as bad, because if they got sick at school or couldn't go to school because they were sick, he could help out. But then he moved to Mount Clemens. Oh yeah. I could have stayed at home and I could have breastfed her for a lot longer than 1 month. I mean, I actually fed her breast milk and breastfed her in the evenings, but I had to go in the bathroom at work and pump the milk out, and then I froze it so that way I could take it over to my mom's house so that she could feed the baby breast milk. And if it wasn't for my mother being a free babysitter, we would have had a lot of financial hardship, even both going back to work. But yeah, I had to go back to work full time when my daughter was 4 weeks old, because otherwise you didn't get paid and you'd lose your job. There was no taking time off and then coming back when everything was okay. If you left your job, you were replaced. Period. At that time, yeah. In fact, my kids never went to a professional daycare facility. I only had 2 babysitters for them, and they were married ladies who were stay-at-home moms with their own kids. So then when the kids were in school and they would get sick or injured or were too sick to go to school, when their dad didn't live close by, I was the only person that was close enough. And on top of illnesses, I have a son who was extremely accident prone. So lots of times I got calls from the school, "You need to come and get your son, he needs a couple stitches." Or he knocked himself out on the monkey bars, so because he went unconscious for 30 seconds, you need to take him to the emergency room, those kinds of things. And because their dad was over an hour's drive away, I had to take off of work and go and pick them up from school. And I did not get paid for that. I could not use my sick time if my children were sick. I could only use sick time if I was sick. So I never had a vacation because every single vacation day I earned was used to keep from having to take a day off of work for a sick child with no pay. That was my vacation time, was tending sick children or injured children. This only makes the leave available to federal employees.
Right.
It doesn't require other employers to do this for their folks. That still didn't help me out.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a federal employee. And there's not a whole lot of really kind-hearted employers out there willing to fork out money for stuff like that.
Right now, President Biden's working on a 4-week paid maternity leave
Guaranteed.
for every citizen.
Yeah.
And what do you think of that?
It's a start, but it's pretty shameful.
With such a strong evidence base for paternal leave, some psychologists are shifting their energy toward research questions with more policy-relevant endpoints, demonstrating how paid leave can change a parent's or child's brain, which may hold more weight with the public than self-report data. It also involves thinking critically about how to quantify the benefits of a universal paid leave policy. What do policymakers actually care about? A lot of the time, it's cost effectiveness. For example, can paid leave reduce the rates of chronic stress-related illnesses that cost billions of dollars each year to treat? More collaboration with economists might help quantify outcomes in a way that's meaningful on a policy level.